Hello everyone and welcome back to the SteemTrail Gaming News. Today is the 9th January of 2018. My name is Kralizec and I will be your host for the evening. Today as pretty much as usual, we have three interesting pieces of news for you today. We're going to start with a Twitch streamer who has broken the record for the concurrent views on Twitch. Then we're going to take a look at the new iteration of the HTC Vive that's just been first showcased. And last of all, we're going to talk about the number of PlayStation 4s that have been sold just over the holidays. But let's begin with Twitch. As Twitch, as everybody knows, is the largest gaming streaming platform in the world, and there are many streamers that do quite well. As you guys know, probably if you're watching gaming news, then you probably watch some streamers as well. There are people who manage to do 1,000 people, some people manage to do 50,000 people, but now there is a streamer who managed to do around 400,000 people watching him at the same time on Twitch. Man, that is a ridiculous number. This streamer called Tyler1, yeah, he's pretty infamous, especially in the MOBA community, as he has been banned from playing League of Legends for being, what was it? Trolling his teammates and opponents alongside extremely toxic behavior. He was banned in the spring of 2016. Now he has been allowed to come back to League of Legends, and immediately his channel just exploded. There was a point of time where he was averaging 4 subs per second. That's an insane number. That's 4 subscribers every second. Within a minute, that means he would have 240 subscribers in a minute. That's something that most streamers don't manage to do over a course of a month. The record previously was held by another, I think, League of Legends streamer. What was it? Yeah, it was held by SK Telecom's one Faker, who had 245 concurrent views, and Tyler's pretty rapidly just climbed over 300,000. And in its peak, it was slightly over 400,000. It is very hard to get the exact number without an official statement for Twitch, which we don't have at the moment. But seriously, these are numbers some TV stations would be very happy with. And this is a single person just playing games, and probably pretty decently, and just being fun while doing it. These numbers show that the future of modern entertainment probably doesn't lie with TV. TV is slowly dying. It still has its places, but it will probably be replaced with things like Netflix, Hulu, maybe even things like Amazon Prime or CBS All Access, God forbid. But all these services will actually probably find a space. I would honestly prefer if there was a way just to, okay, pay $3 to view just one show and don't have to pay us for a month and to view everything, because I don't want to view everything on your sites. But back to the record, yeah, this is just some impressive shit. I don't know how else to call it. I'm actually hoping somebody will break the 500,000 viewers this year. But I don't think it will happen very easily, as this player has been pretty much... His return was very much anticipated. That's the reason why his numbers climbed so rapidly in such a short time. Okay, our second piece of news is about the new HTC Vive Pro. This is the second iteration of the VR headset that is one of the best on the market, probably maybe even the one with most technologies jammed into it. And now we are getting some more features from the second iteration. So now we are going to get some things like a redesigned head strap and built-in headphones, things that most people actually, I don't think, care that much, though the headset being comfortable in your head is obviously an important thing over a long period, but it's not something people will base their buy on. But not only we are getting that, we are getting an increase in the resolution of the dual OLED screens to 2880 by 1600. Previously it was 1400 by that's a 78% bump from the previous 2160 by 1200. And yeah, that's actually quite nice. I would have preferred a slightly larger increase. I would love to see each screen being 4K, but even this will help a ton. Apart from this, there is a slight redesign of the system that actually monitors where you exactly are, now supporting a 10 by 10 meter room. Though I don't think many people actually play this in a 10 by 10 meter room. That's absurd. That's a room that is huge. But this could actually be pretty cool for things like multiplayer VR, where you just have 3-4 people in the same room and they play together. And with this comes probably the biggest feature that, well, isn't on the market yet, but should be coming somewhere in the third quarter of 2018, and that is wireless VR headsets. That may be something a lot of people have been waiting for, as, you know, carrying a cable around your... Not only does it add weight to the headset, it also means that you are quite limited with how exactly you can move. You need to be always careful about not getting entangled, not stepping over the cable and just tearing it out of the headset or out of the computer if you're unlucky. It being wireless is something that might actually prune some people to buy the HTC Vive Pro. Not me, probably, as I just don't have the room for VR. Honestly, I could probably go with all VR and just play games that you play sitting... that you could play sitting down, as that wouldn't really hinder me in any way having a cable strapped onto it. But if I actually wanted to move around, play some games that include movement, then yeah, I would really prefer a wireless version. And our last piece of news for today is about a PlayStation 4. So PlayStation 4 has sold almost 6 million devices over the holidays. Those are some cool numbers. Interestingly enough, it still didn't do as well as the Switch, which I find fascinating. That means people are really looking to buy some gaming consoles this year. I think this has something to do with the part of the economic cycle we are in, where everything's rising. A lot of people are having more money. A lot of people feel secure in their jobs, so they actually feel like they could spend a little bit on the side just to have some fun. Obviously, this isn't the case everywhere, but it is the case in the Western world, for the very least, and in very large quantities of the what's so-called the second world today, even though that term is so fucking wrong. Seriously, second world doesn't mean the countries like middle of the road, and third world doesn't mean the countries, you know, poor. First world countries are countries that were on the capitalistic side of the Cold War. Second world countries are the ones that were part of the Russian Empire. And third world countries is every fucking body else. So please don't confuse those. It really pisses me off. But back to gaming. This isn't obviously a number just for America. It isn't a number just for Japan. This is a number from all over the world. Also, some interesting numbers is that 55.9 million PlayStation 4 games were bought during the holidays, so that's almost 56 million games sold. A lot of people are really looking forward to playing some games, I guess. And this actually adds up to a number of 645 million copies of games selling over the course of the past year. So only on the PlayStation 4 system, by the way. So that probably means there's something along the lines of, at the very least, 1.5 billion games sold throughout the world. That means every fourth person in the world has bought at least one game this year. Obviously that's not the case. It's going to be like every 20th have bought at least 1 or 2 or 3 games. Because then there will be people who will buy like 50 games and there will be a lot of people who haven't bought any. But on average, this means every fourth person has bought at least one game in the world. And it just shows you how much people love gaming. I'm very happy with the fact that the gaming industry is booming. I just wish some of the business practices would be a little bit more chill. And with that being said, that's going to be it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's show. If you did, please consider giving us a thumbs up here on YouTube and subscribing to our channel. If you are watching this on Steemit, maybe you want to upvote our post and follow our blog. In either case, be sure to leave a comment as we are really interested in your opinions. Today, I would really like to hear whether you will consider buying a wireless HTC Vive. Even though the pricing hasn't been announced, it's probably not going to be cheap at all. It's going to probably be expensive as fuck. And either way, be sure to tune in tomorrow to some more gaming news, as we are your daily source of gaming news every single day. That is sort of the point of the word daily. And with that being said, see you guys later with more gaming content.